Okay, hello everyone. Ang lecture natin ngayon, ilalagay ko to under ng abnormal psychology kasi sa tingin ko, yung mga sasabihin ko ngayon addresses the question kung saan ba nanggagaling yung abnormal behaviors. Actually, title pa lang, may clue na kayo. How social media lowers spirituality. So, isa sa mga reasons bakit hindi nagiging okay yung psyche, kaya nagkakasakit, mababa yung spirituality. So let me just establish that through this slide, low spirituality is a risk factor. Hindi maganda sa isang tao na yung spirituality natin hindi okay. Wala lang tayong enough time to discuss all these studies, but basically, in general, kapag ang tao mababa ang spirituality, hindi nagiging maganda yung psychological well-being. To be more specific, pag mababa ang spirituality mo, tumataas yung stress, depression, loneliness, pati yung health mo naapektuhan, and you have poorer quality of relationships. So, maraming mga researches na nagawa na to support this claim, no? And by the way, for those of you who are asking, ano bang ibig sabihin ng spirituality? The simplest definition of that would be the degree of closeness that you have to God. So kung gaano ka ka-intimate with the creator of the psyche, which is your nature in the first place, yun yung overall level of spirituality mo. So kung feeling mo God is far away from you, you are not concerned about God, you are not doing godly things, wala kang interest sa mga godly ideas or godly behaviors, then pwede nating masabi na mababa ang spirituality mo. Although meron din namang mga instruments, standardized instruments na pwedeng magamit to measure how high or low a person's spirituality is. Bottom line, pag mababa ang spirituality, it's not good for our overall mental health. Now, another thing I want to establish here, in fact, gusto ko ito yung starting point natin, no? Para mas maintindihan natin yung connection between social media and low spirituality, you have to understand the nature of our psyche. Remember, lahat ng tao, we are spiritual in nature. Mga spiritual beings tayo. And the biblical basis for that would be the book of Genesis. From the book of creation. Paano ba nagsimula yung tao? Ano ba ang nature ng tao? We are spirits in a body. You remember that part in Genesis where God created the human body out of dust. So if you read Genesis 2:7, wala pang indicator dyan na yung katawan ng tao buhay na. Kailan lang nabuhay yung katawan ng tao? When God breathed into his nostrils the breath of life. May pumasok sa katawan ng lupa natin known as the breath of life in the original Hebrew language. Ito yung tinatawag nating spirit or psyche. Alright? So yung psyche na yon, nung pumasok na sa katawan natin, yun yung nagbigay sa atin ng buhay. As you will read in the passage, anong sinabi dito? And breathed into his nostrils the breath of life. Eto na. And man became a living soul. That was the time that we were considered alive when that spirit entered our body. Kaya between our body and the spirit, ang eternal yung spirit. Pwedeng mamatay yung katawan, but after our physical death, the spirit lives on. And that's what it means, no? When we say we are created in the image of God, it means we were given that spirit that makes us who we are right now. So gusto ko, yan yung starting point natin para ma-gets natin kung bakit bumababa ba yung spirituality natin in the first place. Okay? Now, given the fact that we are spiritual beings, ang isang implication niyan is meron tayong spiritual needs. So kung may mga bagay tayong kailangan, dapat tugma sa nature natin, which is spiritual in nature. Actually, hindi natin kailangan ng mamahaling bag, hindi natin kailangan ng malalaking bahay, or mamahaling mga sapatos. Because we are spiritual beings, we have spiritual needs, such as, ito yung short list. Number 1 would be relationship or connection with our Creator. Yan talaga ang source ng psychological functioning natin. And the reason why number 1 is in yellow at may tatlong asterisk pa, ito yung foundation of numbers 2 to 6. Kapag na-establish mo yung number 1, most likely you will enjoy numbers 2 to 6, which are again the essentials, mga needs ng mga spiritual beings like us. So kapag naging okay ka sa number 1, may enjoy mo yung numbers 2 to 6, your psyche becomes very functional. So kapag meron ka lahat niyan, makakaasa ka na yung overall psychological health mo magiging maayos. In fact, whenever I teach this slide, naalala ko yung sinasabi ni Kristo sa Book of John. I am the vine and you are the branches. The one who remains in me and I in him. Ibig sabihin kapag close yung psyche sa creator ng psyche, ano nangyayari? We will bear much fruit. Okay, I want to emphasize that we will bear much fruit. So the more you satisfy your spiritual needs, the more we bear fruit, meaning mas nagiging maganda yung psychological functioning natin. Nagkakaroon tayo ng healthy levels of self-esteem, self-confidence, nagiging intellectually productive tayo, nagiging fruitful yung mga relationships natin with people that we love, all because we have number 1. Because we are intimate with the source of strength, the source of nurturance of our psyche. Kaya mahalaga talaga na as spiritual beings, ma-secure natin yung number 1. Because from there, all the other spiritual needs flow from. Okay? Now, the thing is, yung kabaliktaran naman, kapag ang tao walang numbers 1 to 6, ibig sabihin mababa yung spirituality niya. Hindi siya close, hindi siya near sa presence of God, the presence of the psyche's creator. Kapag wala lahat niyan, bad things happen to the psyche. Kumbaga, ito yung tinatawag nating spiritual deprivation. So, yung mga basic things na dapat meron yung psyche, wala, nagiging pangit yung psyche. And that's one of the reasons why lumalabas yung maraming simptomas of mental health problems. So, kapag may mga students nagtatanong sa akin, what's one of the reasons why the psyche goes wrong? Bakit nagkakasakit yung psyche? Kulang. Merong deprivation of spiritual needs. But again, let me just establish here na hindi lang yan yung valid explanation kung bakit nagkakaroon ng abnormal behaviors. I'm sure your psych teacher in AbPsych have taught you that maraming mga factors why a person or why the psyche becomes not normal. But this thing I'm saying is one of the undeniable truths kung bakit ang psyche pumapalya. Bakit nagiging unhealthy? Meron kasi siyang deprivation of spiritual needs. So again, ang sinasabi natin dito, the less you have of these spiritual needs, the more likely your psyche will be unhealthy, which becomes prone to a number of diagnoses coming from the DSM-5. Okay? Now, dito na ngayon papasok yung social media. Bakit kaya in the first place, itong mga spiritual needs natin, hindi natin nakukuha, may kinalaman kasi ang social media dyan. Specifically, yung social media can function as a distraction from spiritual matters. Sa simpleng Tagalog, kapag ang tao nasosobrahan sa social media, hindi niya naiisip, therefore, hindi niya pinurpursue. Napapalayo siya from the source of our spiritual needs. And how does social media do that? By distracting us. Pinupush away ng social media yung psyche from our spiritual needs. So the more you use social media, the more na nalalayo ka sa source of your spiritual needs, which leads to poor mental health. No, kaya again, to put that in a diagram, it looks something like this. Sabi ko kanina, when the psyche is very close to the source of, or to the creator of the psyche, who is God, ano nangyayari? Meron kang easy access sa spiritual needs mo. Again, yun yung sinasabi sa first part ng John 15:5. If you remain in me and I in you, you will bear much fruit. Nagiging maganda yung psychological functioning mo. Mataas ang self-esteem mo, maganda ang image mo, matalino ka, healthy ang personality mo, so on and so forth. But then again, kapag pumasok ang social media, pumunta yan sa gitna, hinaharangan na niya. Nilayo ka na niya doon sa source ng spiritual needs mo, ano nangyayari? Diyan nagsisimula yung spiritual or psychological deprivation. Right? So again, kanina, okay yung mental health mo, bakit pumalya? Nasobrahan ka sa social media. Social media has separated you from the source of your spiritual needs, leading to, again, psychological or spiritual deprivation. But in this lecture, I want to be more specific. There are two ways that social media moves you away from the source of your spiritual needs. Number one, by feeding the flesh, by teaching you that you feed your flesh. And number two, social media gives you toxic belief systems that again moves you away from the source of your spiritual needs. So ito yung dalawang paraan kung paano ang social media nakakapagpalayo sa'yo from the source of your spiritual needs. Unahin natin yung number one, feeding the flesh. One of the teachings ng social media ngayon, especially the dominant contents of social media nowadays, is you feed your flesh. Or in a more popular language, the social media today is teaching you to pursue worldly pleasures. Yan ang dapat mong habulin, mga bagay na nakakasarap sa katawan. Such as what? In social media, usong-uso yung mga ganitong contents, no? Meron kang excessive food. I-satisfy mo yung physical appetite mo para lagi kang busog. Kaya marami mga content sa social media nagpo-promote ng mga pagkain na karamihan naman unhealthy. Masarap tignan, masarap imaginein na kinakain mo yung mga contents na yon, but kung totohanin mo yon, pumunta ka sa mga restaurants na yon at kainin mo lahat yon, sure ball, ang katawan mo sira. Busog ka nga, pero marami mga damages yan na nagagawa in your body. What else? Other forms of pleasures na pinopromote sa social media is, of course, lust. Marami mga contents ngayon in social media, very sexual in content. Kasi ang goal is to increase people's lust, to increase libido, para patuloy na suportahan yung mga ganong contents. Another norm in social media today is it promotes worldly possessions, which in a way, it will heighten a person's pride. Source ng kayabangan yan. Kapag nakabili ka ng isang object na mamahalin, na meron din yung isang artista, nagiging proud ka sa sarili mo. So proud ka, meron kang 300,000 na bag. Proud ka kasi nabili mo yung malaking kondo. Proud ka kasi meron kang sports car. Bakit? Sino bang nagturo na kapag meron kang mga bagay na yon, overall you become a better person? Personalities in the social media. Mga personalities na nagtuturo ng materialism sa mga tao na nanonood sa social media. And of course, number 4, very obvious, social media teaches you how to increase your excitement via worldly approval. Yung feeling mo special na special ka kapag maraming nagla-like sa'yo, kapag maraming pumupuso sa mga posts mo. Yan. So the more a person uses social media, ano nangyayari? Yung flesh tuwang-tuwa. Okay? Yung tawag ng laman, yan yung sinasagot na call ng social media. The more social media that you use, the more pleasure you experience, the happier your flesh becomes. Kaya nga, kung gagawin natin conceptual diagram to, we can say that social media generally promotes the 7 deadly sins. And this is undeniable. If you study the nature of the 7 deadly sins, connected yan sa mga bagay na pinopromote sa social media. Maraming mga uso sa social media, meron siyang strong link towards any of the 7 deadly sins. Balikan natin yung listahan na binigay ko kanina. From numbers 1 to 4, you can see a very clear link between these things promoted in social media and 7 deadly sins. Kaya kapag social media ka ng social media, tapos pinaligaya mo ng pinaligaya yung flesh mo, most likely, papunta ka na sa commitment of any of the 7 deadly sins. The more na ginagawa mo to, the more na kinukuha mo to, the more nakocommit mo yung 7 deadly sins. Isa-isahin nyo na lang, no? I'm sure you're smart people here. The link is very obvious. Gawin mo na lang exercise. Excessive food, saan papasok dito? Sexual libido, saan papasok dyan? Worldly possession, saan papasok dyan? Worldly approval, saan papasok dyan? Swak na swak yung numbers 1 to 4 doon sa 7 deadly sins. At ang masama dyan, merong negative effect sa tao kapag lagi niyang binibigay ito sa flesh niya. Anong sinasabi ng God's word when we keep on satisfying the calls of the flesh? Nagkakaroon tayo ng psychological distraction. Sinabi ni Paul yan, whoever sows to please their flesh. Ibig sabihin, binibigay mo lagi yung gusto ng flesh mo, such as the following. Ano nangyayari? Ang consequence niyan, nagkakaroon ka ng psychological distraction. Let me give you some examples how those things promoted in the social media lead to psychological distractions. Halimbawa, excessive food. Sinisira mo yung vessel ng psyche mo. Kinain mo lahat ng pagkain na nakita mo sa favorite vlogger mo. O gusto mo kasi foodie ka rin. Gusto mo lahat ng pagkain, kinakain mo, pupunta ka pa sa ibang places, dadayo ka pa just to try out their delicacies. Ano nangyari? Tumaas ang blood sugar, tumaas ang blood pressure, nagkaroon ka ng diabetes, nasira yung kidney, nagkaroon ka ng fatty liver. Kasi na-promote sa value system mo na dapat ang kinakain mo laging mga masasarap. When it comes to sexual libido, ganyan din. Internalize ka ng internalize ang mga contents na mataas ang sexual presentation. So tumaas masyado yung libido mo, nahirapan kang kontrolin yung sarili mo sexually, pushed you to cheat on your wife. So ano nangyari? Nagkaroon ka ng broken marriage. Naapektuhan pa pati yung mga anak nyo. So marami mga ganyang events. No? Number 3, worldly possessions. So nakisabay ka doon sa uso na dapat lahat ng mahal meron ka. Ano nangyari? Nung na-develop sa'yo yung materialism, nawala yung peace of mind mo kasi kinakain ka ng envy. Gusto mo lahat ng meron yung ibang tao, meron ka rin. Lalong-lalo na yung mga idol mo. Kung meron silang 500,000 na bag, gusto mo meron ka rin. Kung meron silang malaking bahay, gusto mo meron ka rin. Ang problema, it's never ending. Laging may ibang tao sa buhay mo na meron sila at wala ka. So ano nangyayari? Lagi kang insecure, na wala ang peace of mind mo, kinakain ka ng envy. Or pwede ring mag-lead sa murder yan. Kasi yung mga tao na may access sa worldly possessions, related dyan yung power . Diba? Lalong-lalo na in the field of politics, very common yan. Kaya marami mga tao in politics, hindi ko sinasabing lahat, but this happens a lot. Handa silang pumatay ng kapwa nilang politician just for them to sustain the power that they have. Kasi yung power na yon that they have helps them to have access to those worldly possessions that they value. Mamahaling yate, meron silang sariling island, lahat ng mamahaling watches na bibili nila, they cannot have those things kung mawala sila sa power. So lahat ng tao na nagte-threaten sa power na meron sila, handa nilang patumbahin. All because na-develop sa iyo yung value of worldly possessions. And last one, number 4, kapag isa ka sa mga tao na you are after worldly approval, gusto mo lagi, gusto ka ng mga tao, gusto mo lagi nakasubscribe sa iyo yung marami, gusto mo lagi pinupusuan, nila-like yung mga post mo, you develop dependence on people. Nagiging kontrolado ka tuloy ng ibang tao, nagiging tuta ka ng ibang tao. Nawawala yung sense of agency mo, yung sense of autonomy mo. To the point, you lose sense of who you really are. Kasi nagde-develop ka na ng ibang character na hindi ikaw para lang ma-please yung mga tao sa paligid mo. And by the way, no, yung ganyang event, dependent ka sa sasabihin ng ibang tao, hindi maganda yan in terms of mental health. Marami tayong studies na pwedeng i-cite dyan. You can just read this article on your own, but this article gives support to number 4. That the more you become dependent on what other people would say, whether or not they will like you, whether or not they will give you a heart, kapag masyado nang mahalaga yung opinion ng ibang tao sa'yo, boom, it will destroy your mental health, specifically yung mga nasa adolescence. So siguro ibang lecture na lang natin i-discuss to, no, in detail, but this study supports number 4. All because na-develop sa iyo yung value that you always need the approval of other people for you to feel important. Okay? So yan yung mga nangyayari sa iyo the more you feed your flesh. Bumabagsak yung psychological health mo. Because that, number 1, it pushes you away, it moves you away from the source of these things. Punta na tayo sa number 2. Ang isa pang epekto ng social media sa buhay ng tao that lower spirituality is social media gives you a lot of toxic, negative belief systems. Okay? So kapag social media ka ng social media, may mga ideas kang nakukuha na hindi maganda. At yung mga toxic ideas na yon from social media, lalong pinupush away ka from the source of your spiritual needs. Let me give you some examples. Ano ba yung mga toxic belief systems na yan? Na kapag na-internalize mo, hindi maganda sa psychological health mo. Usually, ito yung mga ideas that are counter to our spiritual nature. Marami yan. Wala na lang tayong enough time to discuss all those toxic belief systems, but in this lecture, let me just discuss 2. Dalawang toxic belief systems na madalas pinopromote sa social media na nakakababa ng spirituality. Number 1, the idea that there is no God. Usong-uso ang atheism ngayon. Marami mga celebrities, mga influencers, mga atheist. And they influence their followers to be atheists themselves. Yung atheism, counter yan sa spiritual nature natin. Diba? For you to say that there's no God, you should not believe in God, ano ang natural effect niyan? Ilalayo ka talaga niyan from the source of your spiritual needs. Kasi nga, hindi ka naniniwalang may Diyos. So, if you internalize the belief that there is no God, anong sabi ng cognitive psychology? It all starts with thinking. Whatever you believe in affects your emotions, affects your actions. So, naniwala kang walang Diyos, anong epekto sa actions mo? Now, you don't do spiritual behaviors. And that's not good. Kasi nga, going back to that framework, yan nga yung kailangan mo eh. Kailangan may mga gagawin kang specific behaviors para makuha mo to, para ma-enjoy mo to. Hindi ka nga naniniwala sa Diyos. So, hindi ka gagawa ng mga behaviors that will make you closer to these things, your psyche suffers. Kaya toxic yung belief system na yan that there is no God. Unfortunately, more and more people today, especially young people, are believing that there is no God. Mamaya, meron akong sasabihin tungkol dyan. Another toxic belief systems that lower spirituality from social media would be the most important in life is to be happy. Lalong-lalo na, usong-uso yung self-love movement ngayon. Maraming ganyan ang paniniwala. Basta ang pinakamaganda, ang pinakamahalagang bagay daw sa buhay, maging masaya ka. Gawin mo lahat ng bagay na magpapasaya sa'yo. To which I disagree. That is a very unspiritual idea. Now, don't get me wrong. Naniniwala ako that it's important for the psyche to be happy, but this should not be the goal. Happiness must be enjoyed as a byproduct of something else. Gagawa natin ng ibang lecture yan. So, dapat, ang tama, yung happiness, byproduct lang, produkto lang. But in this world, in our society, especially in social media, it teaches people to believe that happiness is the goal. Kapag naging masaya ka na, yung buhay mo quote-unquote naging masaya na, that's it. Wala ka nang kailangan, just sustain that level of happiness that is counterproductive to our spiritual nature. You know why? Kasi kapag ito ang naging paniniwala mo, na ang pinakamahalaga sa'yo, sumaya, you become prone to a lot of selfish behaviors. And based on the literature, isa yan sa mga predicting factors. Bakit pumapalya ang mental health? Selfishness. The more you are selfish, mas iniisip mo yung sarili mo kumpara sa ibang tao, mas pinaprioritize mo yung sarili mo over other people. Risk factor yan towards poor mental health. Okay? So yun yung common sa dalawang toxic ideas that I've shared. Kapag naniwala kang walang Diyos, kapag naniwala kang mahalaga yung sarili mo, masaya, at naapektuhan yung behaviors mo, lalo talagang bababa yung spirituality mo. Because those two beliefs, those two toxic belief systems I've shared are counter, kabaliktaran, opposite of our spiritual nature. We are not meant to function that way. Because we are spiritual in nature, hindi tayo dapat naniniwala there is no God. Spirit ka nga ang gumawa sa'yo, Diyos. So, dapat maniwala ka sa Diyos. As spiritual beings, isa sa mga basic nature natin is we are social beings. But if you prioritize your happiness in this life, ano mangyayari? It will force you to be selfish. Na dapat hindi ka ganun. Okay? So in summary, after everything I'm saying here, ito yung sinasabi ko so far. Ang social media nakakaharang, nakakapagpalayo sa psyche natin from the source of our spiritual needs. In what way social media does that? Yung diniscuss ko, numbers 1 and 2. Tinuturuan tayo ng social media to feed our flesh. Binibigyan tayo ng social media ng mga toxic belief systems that leads to unhealthy behaviors that moves us farther away from the source of our spiritual needs. Kaya again, naalala ko na naman yung sinabi ni Kristo dito. 'Di ba? That the closer you are to God, the better your psyche becomes. But the farther away you are from God, ano ang nangyayari? DSM-5 is waving. So, ang tao, bakit siya mentally healthy? Kasi nakadikit siya sa source ng psyche. Mentally healthy yan. Pero pag ang social media, hinayaan mo sa buhay mo na gawin sa'yo yung numbers 1 and 2, ano mangyayari? Boom. You can do nothing. Ibig sabihin yung psychological functionings mo magsasuffer. DSM-5 is waving. Now, here's the unfortunate thing. After everything I'm discussing here, unfortunately, sa Pilipinas, marami mga tao ngayon biktima na ng social media. After all, ang Pilipinas is considered to be the social media capital of the world. Paulit-ulit nakuha natin yung ganyang title. Dito, pinakamalakas mag-social media ang mga tao. At marami mga Pilipino ngayon, ito ang framework sa buhay. Dahil na-addict sila sa social media, yung psyche nila, it's so spiritually deprived. Kasi nga, yung social media na yan, ito yung ginagawa sa mga sarili nila. Feeding the flesh, toxic belief systems, and as a result, bumababa yung kanilang level of spirituality. Just to give you an idea, gaano katindi ang mga Pilipino when it comes to social media. Noong 2019, ang mga Pilipino daw gumagamit ng overall 4 hours and 12 minutes per day sa social media. That's around 76 million Filipinos are like this. Sa isang araw, 4 na oras sa social media. Pero, let me repeat, this is 2019. Ang mas recent na data, noong 2022, umakyat na yung 4 hours, 12 minutes na yan sa 10 hours and 56 minutes. Which tells you na marami ng mga tao ngayon na hook na talaga sa social media. Hindi na mabubuhay ng walang internet. And while they are hooked into the internet, while they are obsessed with social media, yun na nga yung sinasabi ko kanina pa, unfortunately, ito yung nagiging epekto sa kanila. Kaya marami mga Pilipino ngayon, spiritually, psychologically deprived because they let social media affect them in these two ways. Marami mga Pilipino ngayon, they love feeding their flesh. Marami mga Pilipino ngayon may toxic belief systems. That as a result, ano nangyayari? Lower and lower spirituality. And we have data to support that claim. Ito, this is a very recent study done by the SWS. If I'm not mistaken, 2 to 3 years ago lang to. Wherein they found out na marami mga Pilipino ngayon, hindi na masyadong kinukonsider importante yung spirituality. So, as you can see here, number of Filipinos who think religion is very important, bumaba. Dating 83%, ngayon 73% na lang. So, more and more Filipinos are no longer spiritual. Ang dami-dami ng mga Pilipino ngayon, bagsak na ang relationship from the creator of their psyche. In fact, let me read some excerpts coming from this study ng SWS. They mentioned, let me quote, the view that religion is very important has been dominant in all SWS surveys since SWS began to track these responses in December 2015. The latest figure of 73% is 10 points below the record high 83% in December 2019. Ano na ngayon? 2023. So if you follow the trend from 73 to 83, most likely, baka mas mababa pa sa 83%. Tama ba? Mas mababa pa sa, mas mababa pa sa 73%. Yung mga taong naniniwala that spirituality is important. Let me continue. But aside from the decrease in the number of people who deem religion as very important, ano sabi ng SWS? The SWS also found out that people who consider faith as something not important grew. In other words, palayo na ng palayo yung awareness ng mga Pilipino sa kahalagahan ng spirituality. In 2019, 7% said that religion is not at all important. Fast forward to 2020, from 7% naging 15% na. Mas marami ng Pilipino ang nagsasabing hindi mahalaga ang religion sa buhay. Moreover, participation in religious activities has been declining, pababa. So people are becoming less involved with spiritual activities organized by the church. So ito yung pagbaba ng mga rate, no? 46%, 34%, 27%. Which tells you na ang mga Pilipino, as time goes by, are becoming less and less spiritual. And by the way, for those of you who will argue na yung pagpunta naman sa church, religiosity yon, iba naman yung spirituality, I beg to disagree. Hindi ako naniniwala sa model that spirituality and religiosity can be separated. Although in the literature, magkaiba sila ng definition, but if you have the correct definition of spirituality, what it means to be spiritual, especially in the Christian perspective, hindi mo pwedeng ma-separate yan sa religiosity. If you are spiritual, you ought to be religious. Gagawa na lang natin ng ibang lecture yan, no? But again, yung mga kino-comment ko dito, no, it's based on that model, that spirituality, although different from religiosity, they are inseparable. People who are truly spiritual, ang pinaka-expression nila is they will be religious. Alright? So anyway, so again, to summarize everything I'm saying here, I just want you to be aware of this link. 'Di ba? Na wag sana kayo ma-lose track dito, no, na one of the reasons kung bakit ang mga Pilipino bumababa ang spirituality, impluwensya ng social media. More and more, the more people are exposed to, the more people are eaten by contents in social media, ano nangyayari? Lumalagpak ang spirituality ng mga Pilipino. Again, what are the two ways how social media does this? Yung pinakita kong slide kanina, because social media teaches you to feed your flesh. Social media teaches you toxic belief systems, wherein yung parehong yan, ang epekto, lumalayo ka from the source of your spiritual needs. Effect, bumabagsak ang spirituality, mental health suffers. Kaya ito yung isa sa mga frameworks, no, na pwede nyong pag-aralan. In the future, pwede nyong gawing thesis topic. Social media use and reinforces these things. Pinapakain mo yung flesh mo. And when your flesh becomes dominant over your spirit, lalagpak ang spirituality. Kaya in closing, I want to give you these two applications. So ano yung pwede natin gawin to improve our psychological health? No, number one, it starts with awareness. And I hope this lecture has given you an awareness of the psychological dangers of using social media. Huwag niyong isipin na yung social media inosente. Every time you get your phone, nagsuswipe kayo ng iba't ibang mga contents dyan, sana maging aware kayo that without you knowing it, pwedeng sinisira na pala kayo ng social media, psychologically speaking. Hindi inosente ang social media. Akala nyo nood-nood lang kayo, akala nyo basa-basa lang kayo. Without you knowing it, bumabagsak na pala yung spiritual health nyo. Kaya marami mga tao ngayon, they don't understand why they have certain psychological disorders. They didn't know where it came from. One of the reasons, yan yun. Hindi ka aware na yung sobrang paggamit mo ng social media, yung maling paggamit mo ng social media, na damage na yung psyche mo. Masyado na siyang na-deprive of its spiritual needs. And I hope, again, this lecture gave you an awareness of the possible negative effects of using social media too much in the wrong way. And last one, number two, mind how you use social media. Hindi ko sinasabi dito na bawal mag-social media. Hindi ko sinasabi na huwag na kayo mag-social media, i-delete nyo na lahat ng social media accounts nyo. I'm not saying that. Let's be realistic here. Relevant din naman yung social media in today's society. Kailangan mo yan sa trabaho, kailangan mo yan sa pag-aaral. So, hindi ko sinasabing deactivate kayo. Ang sinasabi ko, siguraduhin nyo that whenever you use social media, you use it the right way. It's not social media in itself that destroys our psyche. Rather, it's how you use social media that will influence your psyche. So, ang tanong, ano ba yung healthy ways? Ano ba yung tamang paraan kung paano gumamit ng social media? Ibang lecture yan, masyadong mahaba, but let me just give you a bird's eye view. 2 guidelines para yung paggamit mo ng social media is hindi siya detrimental sa spiritual health mo. Number 1, dapat yung kontrolado yung paggamit mo ng social media when it comes to time. Huwag kang magbababad sa social media. Remember the figure kanina, ang laki ng tinaas. Dati-rati, ang inaaksayang oras dyan, 4 hours, 12 minutes. Ngayon, 10 hours, 56 minutes na. Nagigets ninyo? So, hindi bawal mag-social media, basta limitahan nyo lang. Wag naman sana yung 10 oras kayo na sa social media kasi talagang magugutom ang psyche nyo yan. And number 2, dapat paggagamit kayo ng social media, intentional. Anong ibig sabihin ng intentional? Whenever you use social media, alam mo kung bakit mo siya ginagamit. May purpose kang maganda, bakit ka magsa-social media. Very clear sa'yo yung sagot sa tanong na, bakit? So, kunin mo yung phone mo, mag-Facebook ka, mag-YouTube ka. Bakit? Anong goal mo? Bakit ka mag-Facebook at YouTube? Klaro yung reason. Karamihan ng mga tao kaya napapababad sa social media kasi hindi intentional. Kukunin lang yung phone, magbabrowse. Bakit? Wala lang. Kaya nahook ka na ng nahook kasi wala kang purpose, wala kang goal sa pagbabrowse mo ng social media. So without you realizing it, naka3 oras ka na, maya-maya 5 oras na, maya-maya 8 oras na, kalahating araw ka na. Kasi wala kang aim sa pagsa-social media. Kung ano lang lumabas sa phone mo, yun na. But if you are intentional, the reason why you're using social media, klarong-klaro, ito yung mga magagandang reasons. Why you would be using social media, number 1 is it's to know God better. Number 2 is to share God. Number 3 is to help others. Or number 4, kasi gusto mo ng basic information about current events in your society, which is fine. Para rin naman mag-function tayo ng maayos sa society natin, kailangan may alam din naman tayo kung ano nangyayari sa paligid natin. Right? So dapat, ganito dapat. Kung magsa-social media ka, alin dyan yung gagawin mo. Kung may naisip, kung hindi papasok dito yung gagawin mo, kaya ka magsa-social media, okay lang din naman, pero bilisan mo lang. Halimbawa, entertainment purposes, medyo bored ka lang. Fine, hindi naman natin pinagbabawal yung entertainment. Pero sana, huwag kang 10 oras, 5 oras, nagsa-social media ka, tapos yung ginagawa mo, wala namang kinalaman dito. Yun. So, pwede mag-social media, basta productive ka sa pagsa-social media mo. And how do you know if you are productive in using social media? Ito yung reason mo bakit ka nagsa-social media in the first place. Bakit ka nag-Facebook? Ito kasi. Bakit ka nag-YouTube? Ito kasi. Bakit ka nag-TikTok? Ito kasi. Nagigets nyo? The moment na hindi klaro sa inyo bakit ka mag-social media, wag na mag-social media or bawasan yung pagsa-social media na wala kang productive aim. Alright? So sana marami kayong natutunan sa short lecture natin on how social media lowers spirituality. If you have any questions, other examples, ilagay nyo lang dyan sa comment section. Sir Howard here. Hanggang sa susunod na lecture. God bless everyone. Bye-bye.